Nikki Haley has a problem with race in America. Why? Well, she may not see it, but it's there. And she may not see it because Nikki Haley is her grandparents came from a caste system. And over in India, those were people sitting on top, did not deal with those who were sitting on the bottom. Those who were sitting on the bottom did crap for a living, and those who sat on top never touched the crap. It's called a caste system over there. It might be called a race system here. But if you're from a low caste system over there and you come over here, why, you can mingle in with anybody. It all depends on one thing: skin color. And Miss Haley does not look Indian. As our vice president does not look black. Perception, yes. When I was in college, a friend and I traveled to the out west prospecting, and with us was a guy from India, yes. And when we would go into a restaurant, he was looked upon as being an American Indian, which he's not. And we had to explain to that what are you people doing with him? You know, blonde hair, blue eye guys dealing with Indian. And says, oh, no, he's from India, you know, Calcutta. And out in the West, they're still fighting the Indian Wars 100 years ago. So if you're American Indian, you're treated as an American Indian by some of the white settlers who stole your land. That's racism in America. Miss Haley does not look Indian. Yes. And if she did, she would be treated a lot different. She would have grown up a lot different. And would she have been governor? Most likely not. And would she be running against Donald Trump? Most likely not. So her experience with racism is slightly different. My experience with racism would be slightly different. Yeah, blonde hair and blue eye. I would be classified as white. Well, I would be classified as white in Sweden. You know. Whereas, yes. And I would be classified as white in the South. But don't tell them about my American Indian background. So, Miss Haley just doesn't realize or wasn't aware, or maybe she was, but she didn't say anything. So, I'm quite sure she's being educated quite well now. Yes. What can I say, Miss Haley? You're being educated quite well now.